In the meantime, a team of experts assigned by President Bola Tinubu to carry out detailed assessment of all major dams also visited Gombe State to assess the Dadinkowa Dam. Senior reporter Landry Adeyemi has more.
After the collapse of the Halo Dam in Borno State that led to the loss of several lives and destruction of billions of naira in property, President Bola Tinubu ordered immediate review of all dams across the country and setting up an interministerial committee to carry out this assignment. They are in Gombe to assess the condition of the Dadinkowa Dam and see the kind of repair works it needs and requires for it to continue to function properly.
The presidential team arrived at the dam as the sun sets over the Gongola River. A quick tour and inspection of the superstructure, the embankment, and the spillways marked the commencement of a detailed assessment. Though the water level is still high, the team assures that the Dadinkowa hydropower dam is not at risk.
From the inspection that is carried out already, we can deduce that the condition of this dam, physical inspection, suggests that the dam is safe. But then we will need to carry out further investigation to reveal the internal condition of this dam. Yeah, so that is why we are here. And we'll go around. We have started with Alau Dam. Today we went to Mangu Dam and we're here. Tomorrow we'll go to other dams.
Maintenance work is ongoing on the Dadinkowa Dam, as the Presidential Committee says its finding will be ready in a few weeks. Landry Adeyemi, TVC News, Dadinkowa, Gombe State.
Let's talk health. Rotary Action Group for Family Health and AIDS Prevention has begun its Family Health Days to screen Nigerians of HIV, polio, and other diseases for free across the country. This health examination intervention is an effort to ensure an average man on the street receives basic health services. We'll bring you details in this next report, and we will return with business news.
Leave no one behind. This is a pledge made by the United Nations member state at the adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals to curb inequalities, confront discrimination, and facilitate access to development opportunities for all. With Nigeria being a member, how has it reflected in its ecosystem in terms of access to basic quality health care? Some Nigerians review where the shoes pinch.
In case of emergency, you see them outside, rolling in pails on the floor. Sometimes you get to the government hospital, they will tell you there is no bed, no space, and all that. It should not be so.
I need them to work more on the health insurance policies. You understand? Health insurance policy is very important. Making health care affordable to even the person on the street.
The guest speaker for today is senior gender specialist at RFHA.
In an effort to rewrite the story of inadequate health services in the chapter of Nigeria's universal health coverage, Rotary International is set to conduct a nationwide screening for thousands of individuals.
We are able to arrive at what we have gotten today to be able to reach our communities, and these are done through our clubs, and essentially it is for them to now take to their various communities.
We've never had any situation of diversion because our channel of distribution is perfect and it is done through Rotarians. It is not done through people that we do not know. Rotarians are trusted people.
In my capacity as the district governor, I oversee everything that goes on in the district, and since this is a district affair, I'm directly responsible.
Gender inequality is at the center of discussions on limitations to seeking health services, and a gender steers a discourse to reveal gender differences as reason.
If you do not have a voice in a family household, how do you get to explain to your husband or even the extended family members that you're going to attend them?
This large-scale healthcare program seeks to improve the lives of women, men, boys and girls through access to preventative health care and sensitization.
And in business news, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria will engage finance and corporate treasury professionals in Nigeria and the United Kingdom on sustainable monetary policies and financial strategies adopted to address rising inflation and interest rate volatility. This and many more will form discussions at the Treasury 360 conference for 2024. We have more in this report.
The Association of Corporate Treasurers of Nigeria has continued to analyze policies that will impact the business environment positively. The ACTN is active in modern-day corporate treasury, which, according to experts, remains the heart of firms in terms of financial resilience and organizational success. At the press conference in Lagos, President and Chairman, Council of Association, Mr. Yinka Ogunubi, noted that the theme for this year was chosen based on feedback from members who identified foreign exchange as a primary concern.
A lot of all these challenges, we know them. You know, the volatility experience in the FX environment is a little less than it used to be. Now we're dealing with interest rate volatility. So all these things are having impact on the bottom line. So corporates are experiencing a lot of FX losses, higher cost of borrowing, higher cost of financing, and this is impacting the bottom line and eroding equity in the corporate. So what ACTN is able to do is aggregate all this interest and advocate for our members with the government, with regulators and co.
Other speakers acknowledged the efforts of the Central Bank of Nigeria aimed at managing these challenges, but stressed that companies continue to face significant headwinds.
But beyond just advocating, we also try to upskill our members by organizing conferences, trainings, conventions and things like that, and then we bring experts who talk to our members on how they can, deal with some of all these issues. So that's essentially what we do.
The conference will focus on the theme, policy implications and building sustainable treasury strategies, Nigerian perspective on tackling inflation and interest rate uncertainty.
President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, is urging government at all levels to make credit available to businesses to support their activities and enhance activities. Now, the LCCI president made this known in Lagos at the Chamber's Industrial Export and Financial Service Group Symposium, which focused on industries as the catalyst for growth and economic development. He said the frequent policy changes, regulatory uncertainty, among others, have created an unsustainable business environment for manufacturers, while urging government to prioritize creating a stable and predictable policy environment to attract domestic and foreign investments.
One is power. That's a perennial major issue. The next one is logistics, the road network, the rail network that we need to carry raw materials and finished goods across the country. The other major obstacle would be access to foreign exchange, since we still import a lot of the raw materials that we use in our manufacturing and industrial activities. So these are really the three major ones. There are other smaller matters that can be dealt with if we can get power fixed. There's regular power. This is our infrastructure, our road and rail networks are working well.
The federal government of Nigeria partners with BOI in the 200 billion support for industrial fund, 75 billion each for manufacturing sector and small and medium enterprises, as well as 50 billion presidential conditional cash grant to support nano businesses across the country. And in addition to that, we came up with the idea of a rural area program for industrial development, a small program targeting all the local governments, at least 10 persons per local government in across the entire federation to support small businesses, a maximum of 10 million naira at a 5% interest rate, all inclusive.